All right, today we're jumping into a really powerful thought experiment. This is a story, and it's one that gets right to the core of what it means to be human. And maybe more importantly, what it means to be completely and utterly alone.
Okay, to really get into this with me, I need you to do something. Come on, just for a second, close your eyes. Yep, right now. Just shut out everything around you and listen.
Okay, so in that quiet space, I want you to imagine this. Let's walk through this together. So we're calling this first part, The World Paused. And it's all about that one terrifying moment when the background noise of life, all of it, just stops. Okay, so picture it. You wake up, it's just another Tuesday or whatever. The sun's coming through the window, your phone is right there on the nightstand. Everything feels totally normal. But something's off. It's not something you see, it's something you feel. Something is just wrong. And then you realize what it is. It's the quiet. I mean, a quiet that's so deep and heavy, it almost feels like it's pressing down on you. And the weird thing about this kind of silence is that it's all about what's missing, right? You don't hear any cars, no people talking outside, not even a dog barking somewhere. That constant hum of the city that we all just tune out, it's gone, vanished. So, what's the first thing you do? Of course you grab your phone. It's our lifeline, right? But nothing. It's just a dead piece of glass. No service, no Wi-Fi, not a single notification. The digital world has completely unplugged.
Okay, so the panic starts to set in. But you're trying to be logical. You run through the checklist. TV? No signal. The radio? Just that horrible static. You try to make a call. Any call. Call failed. You send a text. Message not sent. Boom, boom, boom. Every single connection to the world is just slammed shut.
And this is what's so creepy about it. It's not like some big disaster scene with buildings on fire. No, it's quiet. You'd see a coffee cup still warm on a table, a car left running in the street. It's like everyone in the middle of a perfectly normal day just vanished. That shock, that confusion, it starts to morph into something else. And this next part is where things get really interesting, psychologically. Freedom turns to fear, because you're about to find out that the exact same empty world feels totally different when the sun goes down. You know, it's a strange thing, but after that first wave of panic, the next feeling might actually be freedom. I mean, really think about it. No more rules, no work, no traffic. You can go anywhere, do anything. It's this bizarre, twisted kind of dream come true. At first. And this is the split, right here. By day, the world is your playground. But at night, that same world turns into a nightmare. That freedom you felt, it becomes terror. Every little sound, the wind, a creaking floorboard, it's not just a sound anymore, it's a threat. And the silence is just crushing. So that fear you feel every night, it drives you to the next stage. We're calling it a search for echoes. Because this isn't just about finding food and water anymore. This is a primal, desperate need to find anyone else. You'd be screaming until you lost your voice, leaving notes on every door. And then you'd do this. You'd find a can of spray paint and put this question, this one single question, somewhere huge, somewhere impossible to miss. Is anyone alive? It's not really a question, is it? It's a scream, a prayer you're just throwing out into the universe, just begging for an answer. So why does this hit so hard? Why is being alone so devastating? Well, once you've figured out food and shelter, you're left with a much bigger problem. We are wired, hardwired in our DNA to connect with other people. Talking, laughing, just making eye contact, heck, even arguing. Those aren't optional extras. They're what keeps us sane. They're how we know we're real. And without that, your brain literally starts to short circuit. It tries to fill in the gaps. You start seeing things, right? A shadow in the corner of your eye that looks like a person. You hear a noise upstairs and you swear it's footsteps. Your mind is so desperate for another person that it starts making them up. But sometimes when you hit absolute rock bottom, something else happens. You get this moment of clarity. And that brings us to this next idea: Earth breathes again. This is a total shift in how you see everything. And here's the thought. Picture yourself on top of a skyscraper, watching the sunset. There's no smog, no noise, just the wind. And suddenly it hits you. The world isn't broken. It's not dead at all. Actually, it's beautiful. It's peaceful. It's like the planet has finally taken a deep breath. And maybe, just maybe, we were the noise. And this really gets to the core of it all. This idea of a shared reality. Think about it. How do you know anything is real? Because someone else can look at it and say, yeah, I see that too. When you see an amazing sunset, part of the joy is turning to someone and sharing it. Without that, without anyone to confirm what you're seeing, you start to wonder if you're even real. So all of this brings us to the end, the final part. And this is where we turn the spotlight around. This stops being a thought experiment about some imaginary person, and it becomes a question for you. Alone with the question. So this is it, the big one. After everything, the fear, the loneliness, the brief moments of peace, what would you do? Would you keep going? Keep searching, clinging to that 1 in a billion chance that you're not the only one? Or would you eventually just stop? Would you accept the silence and let that hope die? And maybe that's the most haunting thought of all. Not that you're alone, but that you're not. That maybe somewhere out there, hundreds or thousands of miles away, there's someone else, another survivor, asking the exact same questions, feeling the exact same loneliness, and you two will just never, ever find each other.